Greetings and welcome to PinballHelp. Mike here. Today I am working on this Stern Iron Maiden machine, and I'm just kind of adding a few little touches to it. If you've got one of these, there's a couple of issues and things that you can do to kind of bulletproof the game. And I've decided that I'm going to add a few Cliffy protectors. Cliffy protectors are these third-party pieces of metal and stuff that you can add to the machine that'll protect it from wear. And I'll show you what I've added on this. This is an Iron Maiden Pro, and there's a number of different protectors you can get to add to make the game run a little bit more reliable and not do damage. First is here in the shooter trough. Right here you'll see this is an added piece of metal that I put in for the shooter lane. When the ball gets kicked out here, it gets pretty violent, bangs around, and it can mess up. If you look, you can see a little bit of wear right there where that was starting from the balls, and now with this metal piece in place it should protect it. A little bit tricky to remove this. These are headless bolts here, so you have to unscrew it from the bottom and then you have to punch them out and then drop this in, and then there's a little stud right here you have to remove. This pin doesn't normally have a rubber on it, but it needs to be removed, and then you drop the little protector in there, push these things back through, bolt everything back on, and you're good to go. There's also another protector on the other side of the lane. Let's go look at that. You can see this one. See right there. So there's an extra little protector you can put on the right side too, and this just protects this part of the shooter lane, so when the ball kicks into it, it doesn't eat through the wood. And to do this one, there's 3 screws you have to undo. Let's pull back a little bit. There's 3 screws on the underside, and then you can lift this up ever so slightly and slide the little piece underneath there. So that's one of the set of Cliffy protectors. Let me show you the other one for the drop target bank up here. This is right there, and you can see there's a metal protector that fits right in here, and it goes underneath these 2 posts as well as this post over here. I don't have mine perfectly aligned. I got it in and realized after I put everything back together that it was just a little bit off, but it fits fine. It could be moved over just a tad, but it's a little clip that just clips on, and then you screw things down onto it. To put this protector in place, you want to remove the drop target assembly underneath, which is not too difficult to do. It's about 6 screws, and then you just unhook the power connector and you can remove the entire drop target assembly. And then with that out of the way, you can slide this thing on. You undo this screw right, let me make sure it's, yeah. You undo this screw right here. You have to clip a few cable ties right here on this thing. Oop, this needs to be moved back in. Let's put this, yeah, so there was some few little cable ties right there that need to be, right. So I'm going to loosen this up and tighten this down. There we go. Put our little light back, and we're good to go. And I'll probably put a little cable tie back there to put that in. So this is it. The other protector, and apparently I was unaware of this. I don't know if Stern sends out emails to people or it just makes around in the pinball thing, but you see the ramp up here. The ball shoots and hits this target in the back. It's a pretty clever target too. It actually has 3 different zones depending upon where the ball hits. If the ball hits this red part, see, that moves. Then there's a middle blue part, and then there's a little tiny pin there. So if you hit the pin, it's like bullseye. So you've got actually like a range of spots. Pretty clever. Anyway, this is right up the middle, and the ball is often bouncing up here, hitting this and dropping down. So in this trough back here, the ball's constantly falling. It really beats up the playfield quite a bit. I understand Stern has a free protector that you could put back there. I think it's metal or something. I've got one from Cliffy, and I'll show you what that looks like. Let me move the camera over here so I can show you. So we're going to creep back up behind the ramp. And you'll see there's a little piece of carbon fiber there that's been put. It's got adhesive on the back, and that comes from Cliffy, and it's a neat little protector that you can drop behind the ramp. And it's probably a little bit lighter and thinner than whatever the metal might be there. I don't know, but this is what I'm using. I had a little tiny bit of damage back there. Even though this game has not been out on location, it gets a reasonable amount of play, and it was beat up. So I can imagine if you don't protect this thing, there's going to be a big chasm down there, and the ball will get stuck, and there's going to be damage to the playfield. So it's really important to put this protector there. If you've got one of these contact sterns, supposedly they've got a fix for this too that they'll give you for free. I haven't looked into it, but it's definitely necessary. And so there you have it. These are the protectors that you can put on the game, and there's tons of different games that have them. And there's some common parts on games where you know if you have any place where there's an orbit that drops a ball into an in lane or something like that, especially on the older Bally Williams games where the ball comes in and drops down right over a rollover. There's some special protectors you can get to keep that from chewing away at the wood and some things like that. So just a little helpful video, and for more visit pinballhelp.com. Thanks for watching.